My dear students, in this class, let us learn about the general characters of Reptilia. Reptiles are the creeping animals. They creep on their belly. So, creeping on their belly is the most important characteristic feature of reptiles. Golden age of reptiles is Mesozoic era. Extinct reptiles are represented by dinosaurs. Of course, they have become extinct at the end of the Jurassic period. And extant reptiles, that means living reptiles, are represented by the most successful snakes, lizards, crocodiles, spinodon, turtles, terrapins, and tortoises. And the study of snakes is called ophiology, and the study of lizards is called saurology. Biggest living reptiles are represented by crocodiles. And tortoises are the animals with the longest lifespan in the entire animal kingdom. So, these are some of the characteristic features of reptiles. And these reptiles, they have conquered the land totally. These are the first true land vertebrates that can lay egg on land. Because previously, amphibians used to go back to water for reproduction. This is because amphibians did not have the clidoic egg. For the first time, clidoic egg has made its appearance in reptiles. Clidoic egg is the egg that is surrounded by calcium carbonate shell, and this calcium carbonate shell prevents the desiccation of the embryo even if the egg is laid on the land. And apart from that, for the first time, the extra embryonic membranes, namely amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac, have made their appearance for the first time in Reptilia. So, reptiles are the first omniotes. Reptiles, aves, and mammals are omniotes, of course. Reptiles are the first omniotes. Reptiles are the first organisms which have developed clidoic egg. Reptiles are the first true land vertebrates. And still, reptiles are poikilothermous in nature, that means ectotherms. That means the body temperature of the reptiles fluctuates according to environmental temperature. So here you can see the beautiful reptile. Of course, this is nothing but a coral snake. We will learn about this in some other class. Reptilia includes serpents, lizards, turtles, tortoises, terrapins, and crocodiles. These are the first omniotes. First true terrestrial vertebrates are reptiles, and clidoic egg that is surrounded by calcium carbonate shell is found in reptiles. And because of the presence of clidoic egg and amniotic egg, reptiles have become truly land vertebrates. Pygolothermous animals, these are, of course, and because their body temperature is not constant, we can say that reptiles are ectotherms or pygolotherms. They creep on their belly, body is covered by scales, scutes, and osteoderms. Scutes and osteoderms are the bigger scales, of course, and they have got pentadactyl limbs with 5 digits, but serpents are characterized by the absence of limbs. Acrodont dentition, polyphyodont dentition is seen. Whereas in case of poisonous snakes, the fangs are modified maxillary teeth. Fangs are modified maxillary teeth. The maxillary teeth in case of poisonous snakes are modified into fangs, of course. Skull in reptiles contains certain fossae, and these fossae are called temporal fossae, and these temporal fossae offer basis for classification. So the reptiles are classified based on these temporal fossae. The presence of temporal fossae or absence of temporal fossae, the fusion of temporal fossae, they offer some sort of basis for classification of reptiles. And cloaca is three chambered. Three chambered cloaca is found only in two categories, namely reptiles and birds. And coprodium, urodium, and proctodium are the sequence of these chambers. So you remember like cup, C for coprodium, U for urodium, and P for proctodium. Coprodium is the first chamber, proctodium is the last chamber. And metanephric kidneys are found in reptiles and they excrete uric acid. So reptiles are uricotelic. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are found. As a thumb rule, you remember all omniotes have 12 pairs of cranial nerves. So even reptiles, because they are omniotes, even reptiles have 12 pairs of cranial nerves, but snakes are the only omniotes with 10 pairs of cranial nerves. So serpents have only 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Jacobson organs are specialized olfactory structures that are found in snakes. And we know pretty well that the snakes will protrude their bifurcated tongue even while their mouth is closed. And whenever it projects the tongue to the outside environment, automatically the various pheromones or chemicals that are released by other organisms will come and settle down on the tongue of the snake. Now the tongue is taken inside, tongue is withdrawn into the oral cavity, and now this tongue hands over the settled chemicals to the Jacobson organs. Now with the help of these Jacobson organs, which are nothing but the specialized olfactory structures, the snake can identify the presence of another species within the surroundings. So the snake can identify you with the help of the Jacobson organs even you are left in the pitch darkness. So snake can identify human being even in the pitch darkness because it can identify the smell of pheromones released from the body of the human being with the help of Jacobson organs, which are nothing but the olfactory structures that are exclusively found in certain privileged sections of the animals like snakes. Now let us go to the next slide. Heart, coming to the heart is completely, of course, divided into 4 chambers only in a single reptile, that is crocodile. Whereas in the remaining reptiles other than crocodiles, heart is incompletely divided into 4 chambers. That means it looks like this. Auricles are completely divided, of course, whereas ventricle, it's not completely divided. You see this septa is not totally up to this level. So it's not complete. So we can say that incompletely divided 4-chambered heart is found in all reptiles except crocodiles. Only in case of crocodiles, one can find the completely divided ventricle. And reptiles are either oviparous or viviparous. And eggs are megalithical egg. That means they contain copious quantity of yolk material. Cleavage is meroblastic and discoidal. Cleavage is meroblastic and discoidal. So these are the most important characteristic features of reptiles. Let me repeat. Reptiles are the first true land vertebrates. Golden age of reptiles is Mesozoic era. These are the first omniotes. For the first time, cleidoic egg is found in the reptiles. Cleidoic egg is the egg that is surrounded by calcium carbonate shell. Because of the presence of cleidoic egg and also the amniotic egg, the reptiles have become true land vertebrates. And these are still poikilothermous in nature. Poikilothermy is the condition where the body temperature fluctuates according to the environmental temperature. Body is covered by scales. Pentadactyl limbs are found except in case of snakes. And temporal fossae offer the basis for classification. Cloaca is 3-chambered, containing the chambers like coprodium, urodium and proctodium. Acrodont and polyphyodont dentition is found, of course. Fangs in case of poisonous snakes are the modification of maxillary teeth. And uricotelic in nature, they excrete uric acid, of course. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are found, but in case of snakes, of course, only 10 pairs of cranial nerves are found. Heart is incompletely divided into 4 chambers. Heart is incompletely divided into 4 chambers with 2 auricles and incompletely divided ventricle. But only in case of crocodile. Crocodile is the only reptile with a completely divided ventricle, with completely divided 4-chambered heart. And crocodile has got another mammalian character, of course, another mammalian character, namely thecodont dentition. So regarding classification, I have made another video, you can watch that. So oviparous or viviparous reptiles may exhibit oviparity or viviparity. If oviparous in nature, eggs are provided with copious quantities of yolk, hence they are called megalithical egg, and cleavage is meroblastic and discoidal. So this is about the reptiles, and study of reptiles is called herpetology, and study of snakes is called serpentology or ophiology, and study of lizards is called saurology. So that is for today's lesson. Thank you very much.